Good morning, everyone. Today is day 5, and I wanted to give an update because I checked in with my care team yesterday. They email me every day, and one of the things that I had mentioned to them was I had incorporated the ibuprofen in my medication, and they immediately said, no, stop that because it can inhibit the fusion. So I stopped the ibuprofen, and fortunately, I hadn't been taking that much, and I hadn't been taking it that long. So I think no harm, no foul. And what followed was an increase in the swelling around my abdominal area. Everything below the incision is very swollen. It's turning a really interesting shade of kind of an orangish yellow. And it's very tender, so moving around is a bit of a challenge. And I also noticed yesterday that my left foot around my ankle had become very swollen. Now, this could have been from overdoing it. I put in about 2,000 steps, and I really didn't lay down at all yesterday during the day. I was sitting most of the day when I wasn't walking, I was sitting, and I hadn't elevated my lower body at all. So I think that had something to do with it. So when I went to bed last night, I put a pillow under my left leg, and when I got up this morning, it was a little bit better. So I think that I'm going to incorporate a little more laying down and elevating because it seems like that might have been what the ibuprofen was helping with. I have also started experiencing some pain in my low back on the right side, and I think this is just things waking up. Like I said, today's day 5. I think nerves and muscles and ligaments are all waking up and saying, oh, look, we're stretched out, because I'm getting some spasming type of pain when I transition from standing to sitting. Once I start sitting, I start getting these very sharp, jabby type spasm pains. It only lasts, a couple of seconds, but definitely enough to take your breath away. And I think this is all part of the healing process. As everybody seems to say, these are the times when things start to wake up. Your nerves wake up, your muscles wake up, your ligaments and your tendons, they all start to wake up. Everything around your abdomen starts waking up. So I've had more discomfort in the past 2 days than I had in all the days prior. But again, it's very well controlled. I use Tylenol instead of the ibuprofen. Tylenol doesn't really do much for me. So I think I'm just going to have to deal with it. So it's Tylenol, arnica, and if I want to, I'll use half of a muscle relaxer. I did wake up at about 4 o'clock in the morning with a really bad headache, which they said could happen sometimes. I took half of an Orco. Didn't really do much, so I ended up taking one of my Sumitropans for migraines at about 5:30 this morning, so that took care of it, and I was able to sleep for another hour or so. So, yeah, although I had incorporated the ibuprofen, apparently you don't want to do this. And I'm communicating with my care team, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and moderate a little bit more and incorporate a little more laying down so that I'm not sitting, even though I'm not sitting for more than a half an hour. I'm keeping an eye on the clock, and I'm walking around, and like I said, put in almost 2,000 steps yesterday because it was a really nice day and I wanted to be outside. The weather here in Southern California is going to start changing tomorrow. They said we're going to start having some cold and rainy days, so I'll have to be inside, and I'll definitely incorporate more laying down since I try to want to keep this swelling away because it's really strange. I've never had anything like that before. But since there's no pain, there's no heat, there's no discoloration, I don't think it's any sign of a blood clot. I think it's just, sitting on my ass too much. Anyway, I will touch back later in the week. I hope you all are doing well. Thanks for watching.